lot. I mean, growing up as a kid, it was mostly family, just, because basketball was the main focus. And as I kind of came into college and grew, my game grew, that's when it kind of became more of a prominent factor in our discussions, just talking about the game, how to handle yourself, how to have success, how to eat right, how to train, just those little things were the things that we talked about a lot.
Good. You came out of Canada with the Ferrall, you were not the player that you are now, the player or any other. What were you like then, and what were your aspirations?
I was probably about 6'6", 6'7", and some change, probably about 220, 230. Bigger body forward at the time, a little tweener, trying to figure it out. I was more slender. And my goal was just always just to get to a good college. That was probably my main goal. NBA has always been there as a kid. You visualize it, but it doesn't become a real factor to you until you kind of get close. So it was probably, those are my main goals, getting to a good college and just trying to fill out and grow. Those are probably my main things.
So when was the first word?
It kind of came yearly, but it probably, the most probably my junior to senior year, I was probably about 6'4" and some change. And senior year, I was probably about 6'6". And every other year before then and after, it was probably about half an inch, an inch. But those are the ones where I kind of, and that was a big position change. From 6'4" I'm a guard, and then 6'7", that's when I kind of became a forward. So that's when I kind of knew, that was probably the biggest growth.
That's when you started getting my recruiting?
No, recruiting didn't happen until I got to prep school. I had 2 offers when I graduated. So when I got to prep school, probably about the second month in, as I got there, a lot of mid-majors were offering me, and then Florida State offered me, I believe, my 4th month there, and then that's when recruiting kind of exploded and snowballed.
You find yourself looking back and thinking about that a lot in the last few weeks?
Yeah, I mean, when you get drafted and meet everybody, you kind of get a lot of time to reflect in your hotel room and just think about how far you came. And to see that I went from Burlington to Florida to California, it was just crazy to see my travel and how much I've grown. So I'm just really appreciative of how I've worked, how I stayed consistent, just overall how I've developed my game. It's just about that.
When did you realize NBA was I can do it?
Probably, I mean, it got really real probably midway through the ACC play. I mean, this year, as freshman year went to D-Day, you got a little bit of buzz, but you don't really start seeing yourself actually in there. But then this year, when I kind of got recognized for my game, coming off the bench, leading my team that way, and how I played in the ACC and got 6 wins of the year, those accumulated factors is what made me believe, it's my time. And then the tournament, the way I played, there's those factors that steadily grew and my belief grew that I belong in the NBA.
I read where you showed us your recruiting suit.
Yeah, they tried. Like, my dad wanted me to come into a suit because, when you get recruited, they fly you out, put you in a hotel, they do all these great things for you. So my dad wanted to, reciprocate that and just show how much we appreciated it. And he recommended me wearing a suit. And I wasn't all for that because, players, me coming to shoot around to watch, it's very strange. So luckily, it didn't go down like that.
Speaking of suits, you had a pretty good suit.
Yeah.
Talk about that.
Oh yeah, so Alba and that suit company helped me develop my suit. I love blue, that's my favorite color. And I wanted to have an African theme. I recognize my roots, even though I am Canadian. I'm Congolese as well, so I wanted to add a little accent to the tie and a couple of jewels here and there. So that's how it kind of came together, and I just like the double-breasted look. And when I went on draft night, people enjoyed it themselves, so it was a good collection of attire. Oh yes, of course. So without my teammates, Coach Ham always preaches 18 strong, and for me, my teammates are everything, and I would have not gotten there the way I did without them. So I wanted to acknowledge them for what they've done for me today and drive me to practice, help me rebound, taking my mistakes and helping me figure out the game and stuff like that. So that was a nice little gesture for them.
What was the circumstances you had to Canada? What did he do?
Oh yeah, so my dad got an academic scholarship to Canada, to the University of Toronto, and he went there, and then he came back. I think he graduated and came back, met my mom, and then brought her over. And during that time, my uncle just got drafted, so a lot of my uncles and cousins were moving to America or Canada at the time. My dad works in insurance. Yeah.
And you had said also that you would like someday to be able to help back home with the oppression or whatever's back home.
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to. My uncle's kind of doing that right now with his foundation and working with the NBA. So I just feel like, with what I can do And as the years go on, I wanted to continue to have my influence in Congo specifically and help out around there. I feel like there's a lot of kids and potential over there. So me implement what I can do to help that whole region out, I think that'd be beneficial for them in the future.
From the time that you were drafted until now, and being with this, what you've seen of this organization, what's the biggest difference between college and pros that you're seeing?
It's a lot of freedom. I mean, in college, everything's pretty scheduled, especially off the floor. We got tutoring, study hall, classes. So you're pretty booked. You probably have about 4 hours to yourself after the classes and everything is done. In the NBA and the pros, I mean, we work out in the morning. You get a lift there, you get your shots up, and it's noon. So you got a lot of time left. So you got to try to figure out and use that time wisely. Either work out, find something else to do, or they always mention like find another hobby. I haven't found one yet, but just kind of trying to divide my time accordingly is probably the biggest change.
What do you plan to do with that extra time that you got?
Something very positive and wise. I know LA, there's a lot of distractions, so I know I try to stay in the gym and just watch as much film as I possibly can and not get caught up in it. So I'll be alright.
We had a couple of tough season endings out here, especially the one at Staples a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
How do you remember about the emotions you felt after that loss and how it kind of spurred you on?
I mean, it was tough. The only reason about losing the tournament, which is tough, not so much the loss, because you lose before, you don't have perfect seasons, is they won't play those guys ever again. Like those guys who were seniors, or we had guys who transferred. Just that moment, that collection of guys who grew with, cried together, sweat together, that you build that kind of bond, it's not going to be the same again. So that's probably the toughest part about losing in the tournament. Just a good rhythm, try to understand the playbooks and the defensive scheme. Just kind of assert myself and be who I am, not try to be anyone I'm not. Just be myself, be consistent, play defense, and kind of show why the reason they drafted me.
Obviously, you played at a high level before. You had a lot of content that he's playing. Was it like kind of being it off in such a quick amount of time to go play on Saturday?
Yeah, it's it has been really tough because the coaches have done a good job of explaining it. They're open to text, you can call them, have any questions, and the practices have been very detailed. So I feel like through this whole process of information that I have, I've dealt with it really well. If I have any questions, they're willing to sit down and talk to me. So I think I'm ready for summer league.
Your uncle is a historically good defender. What have you been able to pick up in terms of like that connection?
Yeah, going into the season, the first 5 games only had 1 block, and I finished with 52, I believe. And the reason that was because he noticed that, being a secondary shot blocker, I was showing myself way too early, and the driver or the penetrator would have time to adjust and make plays. So he mentioned try to add showing yourself late. You can test shots and they don't have time to recover or make a decision. So those are kind of little details that he kind of taught me through the defensive process.
Do you expect some experiences at games this season?
Yeah.
Is there any extra pressure on you?
No, he's done everything he could, and through this whole process, he says, be yourself. You're not. My last name's Kabengele, so I'm not. I'm a different kind of player, even though we are family. And he's gonna make his retired. He has time to show up. So there's no added pressure. I believe I'm gonna play myself, play my game, be myself, and wherever the chips fall, I'll be happy. People have mentioned it, but I don't think I'm gonna add it to my game. I think I'll find something else, and whatever. I think it's gonna come organically. Whatever happens, I'm gonna stick with it.
When you were young and you saw him,
You don't realize how famous he is until like the game's ending. You have dinner with him. In the game, you watch him like you're in amazement, in the crowd, everyone's going crazy. Then you sit down, and you have dinner with him, and people ask him for pictures and bothering him. You don't realize, you think of him as your uncle, but you don't realize how he's talking about how famous he is and how people recognize him. So like that's probably the biggest shift as a kid.
Were you really impressed when you met Doug, Jerry, Lawrence, Steve? What were you really impressed with them?
They're really cool. Like I had dinner with them and just talking with them. They're just very welcoming. They're open. Any questions I had, whether it be how they visualize using me, they're honest and transparent. They mentioned how give me a chance. We're gonna use you, and that's all I need. Opportunity. I'm gonna put in the work and just showcase what I can do. And they just made it very clear. Like you do what you do, we'll do what we have to do, and both sides will be happy. So I'm very excited to get to work and just show out.
You're doing another 6-man level, but is there anything maybe you can take from me about how to come into the game and impact your better?
Yeah, one thing I've learned off the rip was just accepting a role. The reason I feel like this team was so successful last year was like guys accepted who they were and they didn't play beyond themselves or below themselves. And the thing I can take from Lou is just come into the game and just be yourself. Like when you come to the game, not not passive. He's really aggressive. He tries to impact the game as best as he could, the way he knows best. And I feel like I'm gonna add that to my game when I get in. When I check in or wherever, I'm gonna be myself and impact the game the way I know best, and that can help the team as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my mom and dad and everybody describes nowadays it's definitely much more challenging. There's less opportunity as it is in Canada. I mean, the game is a bit behind when it comes to developing players. I feel like my skill set here has probably been behind, but that's why I'm very grateful to be Canadian as well. So.
After having dinner with Doc, how much similarities did he have with Leonard Hamilton, who was really focused on the person before the player at Florida State? How much similarities was that?
I see a lot. I mean, talking with Doc, him and Coach Ham have a lot of similarities, as in they're very transparent. I mean, Doc doesn't BS. He tells you the truth and how it is. He's defense first. Even when talking with Frank, he mentions I can guard multiple positions. I have a chance to stay on the court longer. So those are the main things they just told me through this whole process. And Coach Ham said the same thing when I was getting recruited. It's all about defense. You play defense, you play. So I'm going to carry that same thing when I get to here, my first game, and just defend as best as I can.
What are they telling you that their expectations